Alright guys, so in this video I will show you guys how to repair your calipers if the bleeder hole is all stripped out. This is my first time actually doing this, so I don't know how well it will go, but I got this helicoil kit that I will be inserting to this Brembo. That's the only reason why I'm saving it. Calipers are getting kind of hard to find. You can't find individual ones. Actually, I haven't checked the auto parts store, but I highly doubt they'll have any Brembos in stock. So usually a full kit will go for like $1,000, so pretty much $250 per corner. And I don't got that kind of money to spend on new calipers just because one of these thread holes are stripped out. So I'm gonna at least try to repair it. This is a $20 kit, so if I can repair it, then that saves me $230 because the kit cost me 20 bucks. So yeah, I would save 230 bucks if I can repair this myself. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna try to repair this. Like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing. It's my first time doing it, but I think we can figure it out. It comes with this special tap. This isn't like any of your other taps. This is a special helicoil tap. You can see even the name on it, like it doesn't even specify like what the thread pitch is. So it's got that, and then yeah, I'll show you guys in the video. I got this plug just so it wouldn't keep leaking. So I'm gonna remove this plug and then we'll try and get it tapped. So it's gonna be leaking quite a bit. Master cylinder is full, but I got this cloth here because brake fluid is pretty corrosive. It usually isn't until it gets cycled through heat. So like once you start braking and stuff and it gets hot, then it starts to get you know, very corrosive, and it'll eat up all your paint. It's got this taper to it, and this is what keeps the brake fluid from coming out. So yeah, if you don't thread this straight, then fluid will be coming out. I'm gonna drill this hole out a little bit, try to drill it straight as possible, and then we will continue tapping it. But I gotta be careful not to drill in too deep, because you can see these are not the same angle. So if I drill in too deep, I'm gonna lose this taper, and I'm not going to be able to seat it. This drill bit was included in the kit, so use the one that they included. Do not try to use your own drill bit, because you might be oversized or undersized, and you definitely don't want to be oversized. So this is the important part. Got to make sure this stays straight. Alright, let me show you guys this thread hole. So you see I didn't go all the way down with the drill bit, so there's that lip right there, and then I also didn't thread it all the way down. I might thread it down just a little bit more, because once the helicoils are in there, I'm not getting them back out. I'm just gonna thread it a little bit further. I can't drill anymore because I can risk damaging these threads that I just put in, so can't thread anymore, or can't drill anymore. But let's try to continue threading and see if we can get anywhere. Just got to stick that helicoil in there. The one thing I'm worried about is they call this the tang, getting that out. I haven't reached bottom yet. Gotta make sure. I think that's it. Just cut it off. Getting that tang out is gonna be the hard part. if you look at this tang, right, it has like the little lip or whatever edge right there that is supposed to be where it breaks off. So I'm just gonna stick these needle nose pliers in there and try to like wiggle it and break it free. Hopefully that works. If I can get some grip on there. It's actually very hard to do. Okay, I got it. So it wasn't too bad to do. Doesn't really focus. Yep, there you go. Got it. So fingers crossed. I'm hoping it works now. Just gonna thread this valve in and hope for the best. Well, it's not really threading in. There we go. That last piece kind of stuck up when I clipped it off. So once that's in, I think it's in. There we go. Threads in nicely. Pretty nicely at least. Just gotta find the 11mm wrench that I had and see if I can thread this all the way down. Well, that's a 10mm. It's my 11mm. So with helicoils, the new threads should be a lot stronger than the original threads. So I should be able to, you know, crank on this a lot more if I really wanted to. I'm not going to, but I should be able to. And should give me that nice seat, you know, that I'm looking for. All right, so fast forward a couple days, still leaking. So I gave up for the weekend. You know, went back and sat around, thought about it some more, see if I could think of anything. And I thought about putting some, you know, like a tapered type crush washer in there. That way I can tighten it down. Because I feel like it's just not enough. You know, there's a little bit of gap to where it's like I'm not able to fully seat it just because I didn't thread it all the way down. So I feel like there's just enough to where I wasn't able to seat it properly and fluid just kept coming out. So I was thinking about getting like a taper type crush washer, but I don't think such things exist. So what I ended up doing was picking up this set of brake bleeder screw, and you can see that it is the same thread pitch M10 by 1.0. but it's a little bit longer. So see if I can show you guys here. So here's the stock one on my left and the new one on my right, and they got a similar taper to the top, but you can see the one on the right, the new one, is a lot longer. It's no longer an 11mm, it's a 10mm hex, but I don't think that shouldn't matter. And then this is my last hope for getting this to stop freaking leaking. So if this works, then definitely tapping it, not necessary, but if you have a similar case to me where your threads are completely stripped out, then you have to tap it, throw in some helicoils, so that way you can actually like crank it down and tighten the whatever, you know, whether it's the OEM one or the new one. And another reason why I think it might not be sealing is because you know, when you tap it in, like, it's all eyeball, you know, so it's not a perfectly straight down tap. So that is probably a reason why it's leaking too, because, you know, it's not sitting in there perfectly. It's kind of like, you know, tilted a little bit, just enough to where fluid is able to come out. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this. If it doesn't work, then I'm just gonna order a new caliper, because I'm out of ideas. So yeah, we'll see if this works. I'll show you guys down the hole really quick. Dang, can't really do so without getting in the shadow in the way. But anyways, okay, you guys can kind of see that silverish hole in the middle, and then there's like that black part where like you could tell that like the seat or the valve or whatever is not actually like seating on there. So I'm thinking it's not actually bottoming out and, you know, sealing that little silver hole in the middle, silver ring in the middle, which is why it's leaking. So I'm hoping that this will do it. This is also aluminum, so if I thread it tight enough, if it doesn't like seal, if I thread it tight enough, I feel like it would eventually seal. So just go ahead and give it a try. Look at that, bone dry. Bone dry. Oh my goodness. Such a relief. I'm so glad I don't have to spend $250 on new calipers or more, you know, because they're so hard to find. If I buy like a aftermarket remanufacturer or a remanned one, or like even just like a replica, they're still like $200. If I find a used one, they're like, if I could find it individually, you know, they're like usually like $300, $400. If you find a whole set, they're gonna cost you about $1,000 at least. So I'm very glad that this fixed it. But yeah, if you guys ever run into an issue where your brake is no longer sealing and fluid just keeps coming out, tap it out, throw some helicoils in there, get stronger threads so that you can actually like crank down the new one. Like don't crank it down like too hard, because obviously it's behind the helicoils is still aluminum, but it'll allow you to actually like tighten it down some more without like just pulling threads straight out. And like I said, bone dry, so very, very happy. And then now fits like OEM. So yep, that worked out great. That'll wrap up this video. Hopefully this helps out someone in the future if you ever run into this issue, you know. Don't try threading it to like a bigger thread and putting in a bolt. Like worst case scenario, if you have to, you know, to get you home from point A to point B or whatever, then, you know, do what you got to do. But if you do that, most likely your calipers are not going to be salvageable anymore. Someone that's really good at welding might be able to weld it, and then you might be able to tap like the proper you know, taper angle, whatever, into there. But that's a very, very slim chance. So if you ever run into this issue, try out the helicoil method first, and get a longer valve screw. I'll let you guys see the part number for reference. This only works on if you have this thread type, you know, but you know, whatever your vehicle is, whether it's like a 7/16, 24, 3/8, 16, or whatever your thread pitch and size is, get the proper one, get a longer screw, because like I said, if you look at the factory one, very, very short compared. So you can even see that this one's not threaded in all the way, unlike this one, where this one was like pretty much completely bottomed out, you know, when I had it on. So yep, that worked out great. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Good luck on your project. I hope you figure it out. Worst case scenario, you're gonna have to buy a new one. So have that mindset ready, you know, so that you're not like financially stressing about it. You know, just expect that you're gonna have to replace it, but do whatever you can to repair it. And as you can see in this video, that it was a success. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.